Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves. Sorry about the last episode, I'm not sure if it was recorded or if it made it or not. You might be wondering why we're in the middle of a battle, in which case I'll just pretend that I didn't start recording and have some problems. Anyway, so this is the battle, either this is the battle from last episode which we had just begun, or it's the battle from last episode that we got to about this point. It's the big fleet battle though. And we have, just to recap, or I don't know if the I recorded the first half of this, but we had something mess up at the very end, so I'm not sure if the recording will go. Anyway, I have my battleships in line, and there hasn't been a whole lot of action. We've been getting a few good hits out. They haven't gotten many hits on us, as you can see. Most of our ships, actually the Königsberg is the only one that took a pretty sizable thing. And what I'm experimenting with here, and what I was already experimenting with, was putting the destroyers onto AI mode in order to make them, to allow the AI to control them on their torpedo runs, because the AI has had some pretty good success against me on torpedo runs, and I figured we can kind of do the same just by putting the destroyers we want to make a torpedo run on AI controlled and then let them go. So that's why all my light cruisers are, all my light ships, so my light cruisers and my destroyers are in front of my battleships, because they decided to make a run at me, so I immediately reacted and pulled all my light ships to the front and moved my battleships to the back to avoid any torpedoes. So even though my Goeben is probably capable of taking yet another, did she already take one? I think she already took a torpedo, but let's try to avoid that if at all possible. I don't think that this is going to be so accurate. You can see that the dreadnoughts are right at the edge of our range, but it does say medium damage for this one, light damage for that one. And they have one more down here, which is light damage. That's possibly correct. We have landed a few hits on one of them, but yeah. So let's get back to the action, and here we go. I was expecting actually that torpedoes would hit the moment the very first minute of battle, but good that it did not happen that way. So these guys back out there. Gonna slow down their speed a little bit too. It's gonna be up to the dreadnoughts once more. As soon as these guys go ahead and peel away, it's fine. You've done a good job. These guys I might leave a little bit longer because looks like these destroyers are still. One thing I've commented about, I'm not sure if, again, in the would-be last episode, is that they go into line abreast when they're making their torpedo runs. So it's kind of nice when you see that. It's like a telltale, good God, get out of here. They're launching torpedoes for sure. So it's helpful to know that that's like a tip-off, that they're going to go into line abreast. And so we'll make sure to avoid that kind of situation. It looks like this destroyer here is not in good shape at all. And actually we got another hit on it to boot. It got a little too close, and my battleships, these are the battleships which I expected would be very effective against, these lighter ships, because they have a lot of 6-inch guns, 6 per side, and they also have 10 3-inch guns per side, which is very effective against these destroyers without any armor at all. So we might have to pull our... This looks really dangerous. Things are really getting heated here. And one of the downsides is, of course, you put your destroyers up against their destroyers, and both people can sink each other. If it's their destroyers against my light cruisers, yeah, then we probably survive. But okay, so Lübeck also launched a torpedo. That's not... Well, it's a little unexpected, I should say. Let's get these guys back into position. Königsberg is probably... Oh, we want to do some reacting now. I agree. Okay, Lübeck. We got an unfortunate hit, but she's moving out of range, so that shouldn't happen much longer. Get the Niobe out of here too. She's already sunk once or twice. Poor ship. And this is going back to what was happening pretty standard before that little torpedo charge, is we're just gradually piling on some hits. Here's some more. 13-inch, 14-inch last turn. Now a 13-inch. Yeah, it looks like our destroyers are still doing alright, and they do not care at all. They're really still making their way over to that battleship. I kind of like to see that. If we can get lucky and take out the Gangut class, that'd be fantastic. That's their old style dreadnought, and these Imperator Alexander classes are actually probably better class as battle cruisers. They're 26 knots ships, which is incredible. Very, very, very fast. Okay, good. The things are... Oh, so we took 2 hits. One penetrated the belt extended, but that's okay, because burst was limited by the coal bunker. Not so bad. Yeah, our destroyers are still going in hard, aren't they? How many torpedoes? They've only launched 1 torpedo so far, so it looks like they're really... If I can, I'd like them to focus on this battleship right here, if at all possible. Which means I do need the Goeben to kind of swoop in a little bit more, because that's the range of control. The Goeben is the head of the formation for these guys. And as you probably could guess, the 2 dreadnoughts control these 2 light cruisers. So, yeah, that battleship right here is pretty close. Yeah, and this is the most of what's been going on. Just a lot of solid hits from us, so... And probably not necessary for us to be like this cavalier with our destroyers. But as I always say, I don't really care too much about the destroyers. They're very easy to replace. So, good hits. Doesn't look like any of our torpedoes are going to hit here, but that's okay. And we'll keep changing our light cruiser direction, because that's the main one I'm worried about. In fact, I probably need to worry a little bit more about this destroyer there. So let's go ahead and change direction quite a bit. Okay, the Leipzig is doing some good work. I don't know what my destroyers are exactly doing here. They've been given their marching orders, though. They know who to target. We'll see if anything good comes of that, because it's interesting. Now leaving them on AI control, I have like a bit of a confidence that they're going to get the job done, actually. So we'll see if it comes out that way, but you are not getting your rear turrets to fire. That's not good, even if it is the only way. Yeah, we'll turn hard. If we're going to sacrifice your forward guns, let's do it for a minimal amount of time. So get you to go back, you to go back as well, and you guys keep making that run. Good, so both destroyers, their destroyers are getting hit. We're getting, that was actually only 4-inch fire down here, but fair enough. Okay, so now this is the 5-inch guns, so that's not, probably not going to do too much. I think what we'll do is take these guys back off of flotilla attack. It doesn't look like they're going to make it to their target, so we'll just pull them back. That's okay. And get these light cruisers to pull back as well. And steady as she goes. Alright, so good, another 13-inch hit. These guys we are wearing them down, where we should be. Lots of torpedoes getting launched finally, or not lots. One. The good news is we should have actually done quite a bit of damage just with our light cruisers getting in there. And if we get really lucky, no, I really doubt that torpedo is going to find its mark. Still, we're pulling out with all 3 of our destroyers, and none of them really took that much damage, so looks like we sunk one of the destroyers already. It's one less we have to deal with. I'll take it. Okay, heavy damage on this guy? Wow, interesting. A near miss, but a near miss is still a miss. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Okay, where do I need to keep turning? Because I know that I don't want to get torpedoed. Let's get this guy out of the way a little bit more. Is he going squad max? How is it that he's not overrunning? Let's maybe separate off from the top guy, although he has medium damage. Since this guy has heavy damage, we can kind of split them. Okay, another hit on the one that I want. Good, very good. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so they're still just as unsuccessful when they're on AI control, I guess. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to sink anyway, but it would have been nice to secure the kill with a torpedo. If you're going to launch a torpedo, of course you'd rather... Oh, God. You'd rather that it hit. Okay, we're definitely going to take some evasive action here. I'm just worried about the Prusen because she's not going to turn as quickly since she's not the first one in the... If I turn the Gobin, she turns immediately. If I turn the Weissenberg, she turns immediately. But when I turn the Prusen, I'm actually only doing that by turning the Weissenberg, so she has a delayed reaction. Now, this is pretty... I mean, this is like a Tortuga type move to just sacrifice all your destroyers like this. We'll also turn our light cruisers just a bit, just in case they were also targets, but it's unlikely. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're still managing to get a few hits off. This was a good screening action by them. It did exactly what they were hoping, I imagine, that they were able to. Okay, so 2 more 14-inch hits, though. Jeez, we're really... Let's get the Gobin to just head straight at her. I think their torpedo run is over, so let's make some hefty course corrections. And we want to make hefty course corrections anyways, right? Because they could have launched torpedoes, and, you know, the best way to avoid that is make sure that whatever firing solution they had on you, you just completely nullify by turning. Okay, another hit with the 14-inch guns. Here comes night, though. Real night. That's not good. Let's go to squad max with this battle cruiser. I am going to be a little risky here. Let's take this guy off AI controlled. We want line ahead. Perfect. Squad max. Good. We'll get these guys to kind of track down the battleship, which I think is most likely that will sink. Okay. Yeah, and what's that vision going to look like? Very, very tiny. Okay, well, it's our decision whether we want to continue or not. I think we will, though. Gonna have this guy turn pretty hard just to keep avoiding torpedoes. These guys are gonna turn hard. Just remember, the Alexander class is heading this way. 15 knots, so it should be a little bit slower than 20. We should be able to catch it. Well, the main thing is we need to get our light cruisers over there ASAP. Okay, yeah, so we lost sight of a lot of targets. Somebody went to AI control. Oh, this guy. That's fine. Is the Prusen... Oh, we don't need you to do flotilla attack. Okay, let's... we have to be a little careful, because we are going to let their destroyers through with this strategy. And that's what I like to see. Pummeled. The Lubeck gave her what for? And then some. And even this one looks like she's on fire now too. No, just 2 more hits though. We don't want to get too far ahead. I like these Hamburg classes, and I would prefer for them to stay with us for a little bit longer. Very interesting. I still don't know how the mines work. If anybody knows, just let me know in the comments. It'd be really nice to be able to use our mines effectively. Wow, they are bold. They're just charging through like they do not care. Ah, the Prusen is considered obsolete. Her obsolete engines are acting up. I didn't notice that. That's hilarious. Stupid old ship. I definitely don't want to scrap these guys. They're really good. But probably the old battleships, maybe. Nobody really gave me feedback on that. I don't really know what the best thing to do is, to be honest. Okay, so that one's sunk. We gotta go do some zigzagging here. Okay, zag back. Zag back. Lots of hits on these destroyers. If they are surviving at all, it's a miracle. Here comes our support ships. Very good. We've already sunk one. Zigzag back. There's another unidentified ship. Looks to be light cruiser sized, but I was hoping that would be the dreadnought. Okay, we already sank that one, so the only thing we have to worry about is leftover torpedoes from that one. Otherwise, what are you going to let the Niobe kind of chase off this Grimyashi class? And the Lubeck, you're our scouting force, along with these destroyers if they ever get there. Yep, there she is. That might be the battleship, though, which isn't the one I wanted to run into. I'll still take it because I think 3 against 1 we should be able to win very quickly, but yeah. Oh, no, this one's moving pretty slow. It might be the correct one. Okay, so you know what? I will encourage torpedo launching again. This is the right time to do it, right? So we'll see if we can maybe get a lucky hit on this guy. How do I do this? I think just maintain your course, let the Goeben go in. Now, yeah, we need you to come. Oh boy, Lubeck, you might be in over your head. So be a little careful here. Now, are you firing? You're not. Why are you not firing? You don't see it? It's in your sight range. Okay, there. Now the Goeben's firing. So slow back down to maybe 23. You should go as fast as you frickin' can. Niobe, let's turn you just so I don't get too crazy. They're firing at the Lubeck still, which is a mistake, honestly. Or maybe they have given up on trying to actually take us. Because we've landed 3 more 14-inch hits. That's massive. I'm going to have the Goeben, unfortunately, just when she was starting to... Oh, she hasn't gotten off her full broadside yet. Actually, we'll turn her up this way, which will give her access to a full broadside. Okay. Okay, yeah, we got the 10 going on. So slow down to 21. Destroyers are en route. Light cruisers are following. I was really hoping that the Goeben that would be her opportunity. Oh wow, so the Niobe's she's dead in the water, so let's just hope that means she's dying. Dead and dying at the same time. He's just dying. Good, we got more 14-inch hits. The Goeben's doing very good work. Okay, that's probably might be another battleship, so let's have the Lubeck keep scouting ahead. And these destroyers are going to make a perfect pass on the battleship. Let's get the Konigsberg and all these guys a little bit further away so that we don't worry about crossing lines, which is kind of a problem we're having here, isn't it? Let's get these guys to go away. Go away, go fight this guy. Like Goeben can go in for the kill. Oh wow, the Goeben's actually launching torpedoes. Fantastic. Yeah, it said that last turn, but I didn't pay attention. That's fine. Looks like it's going to be a solid hit. And we'll have a few more destroyers swing by and get a few more hits. Okay, Niobe, yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to sink your teeth into, I'm sorry. Okay, and we'll let these guys also launch torpedoes. It's also good because the more torpedoes we're launching, the more chances we have of hitting these other ships. So, okay. Very dangerous, because now our escorts are a little bit behind. Hopefully these guys will launch their torpedoes. Hopefully these guys won't. Okay, so the Goeben just ripped into a destroyer with 5-inch guns. That's fantastic. We're going to make a hard turn in just to avoid torpedoes. Yeah, keep going as you're going, kinda. Konigsberg, yeah. There it is. Fantastic. That's 2 more torpedoes. That's probably enough to kiss her goodbye. But we'll just keep running right at the enemy. We did get a hit. I don't think that was... This is risky. We're too much in the destroyer area. But I don't think that hit was from any reasonable ship. Maybe a light cruiser. And the Goban didn't take any damage, so that's a good sign. But let's turn her back and use her where she's most useful, which is against battleships. Yeah, we wrecked this one as well. Okay, so battleship hit. Oh yeah, well you're firing guns. That's not what I meant. That's okay. The 3-inch ones are getting hits as well. Very nice. And another 3-inch hit. Good, very good. And now the question is whether we should just pull away. Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's minimize some losses here. Let our destroyers kind of make a run through, but after that, I don't even know what an MS. It must be a destroyer, but yeah, we got to get these guys out of here. And stacking up like this isn't good for torpedoes either. There's implications that they can launch at one and hit another, which is not good. So these guys go 28 just to give the other destroyers a little bit of a chance to catch up. Okay. More hits though. The Niobe's hit. Almost. Let's get her. Whoa. Not on fire, right? I keep thinking that red icon means she's on fire. Very good. Oh, wow. Launched torpedoes. Oh, the Goban was actually hit by a dud torpedo. So let's see. Which torpedo got hit? Okay, yeah, that one. We were hit by a dud torpedo. That's well, that's really lucky. We do have torpedo protection on the Goban, so we're not as worried about it, but still, that doesn't mean you should just wantonly throw your ships at them. So let's get the... Maybe I do want to go in. I'm waffling. Because we have sunk so many of their destroyers and things that... Oh. Ooh. Ah, man. Balls. I thought that was actually going to be a hit. Well, we're still making short work of their destroyers. Goban took a bit of a hit, but that's okay. Now it should be more or less, I think, 3-on-1. Sank this one. I mean, they technically have 2 dreadnoughts that I haven't sunk yet, but I don't know if they're going to be organized enough. Yeah, let's drive in. Fantastic. Yeah, they're interested in fighting, and we're interested in fighting, but we played our cards right. Good. And we are still hitting them. 14-inch, another 6-inch. We need the Königsberg to get up here now because at this point the Niobe and the Lübeck are a little bit out of range. So we need still some supporting action. Okay. The Weissenberg took a hit, but it did not penetrate. We got 2 more 14-inch hits. And once we're still fending off the destroyers, which won't be as important moving forward because now our support ships are actually getting there. So like this Zargi class. I don't know where it came from, but I think it's going to regret its decision to move in. Because it's moving in. Wow. Okay, so the Gangut. This is the Gangut. Not the one I was expecting. No, yeah, it is. Okay. So this is their weaker ship, but it has higher armor. So we shouldn't worry as much about getting hit by this one, just because it's still a 12-inch shell. That's massive, but it's not a 13-inch or a 14-inch. I think the other ones are 13-inch. Yeah, so... Could be worse is what I'm saying. And I think we've caused enough damage that they can't even return fire in an effective manner. And that's also very good. Okay, so this guy is okay. I don't know why the DD-S14 detached. Excuse me. It looks like she's no longer the flagship or the lead ship in the formation. But I don't really understand why. Whoa, that's a lot of hits. Now, they have 2 submerged torpedoes, so we have to be a little bit careful here. So let's alter course pretty drastically. I'm not worried as much about the Goban, so we'll let her head straight. In fact, the Niobe and the Lübeck are basically here just purely to launch torpedoes. But actually the Niobe got some hits off, huh? Mainly I'm happy with the 13-inch hits, and definitely happy with the 14-inch hits. That's a lot of good hits. This is probably heavy damage. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Oh, we sank another one here. So yeah, now it's probably time to come over the top. I know that these guys don't have any torpedoes, but yeah, so let's get them out of there. The Goben does, but I think hers is reloading. Yep, she only has a left side. We'll let her make a run, but basically at this point, I think the Lubeck... Oh man, the Lubeck has the ability... Well, we are encouraging torpedoes and encouraging torpedoes. Okay, well, we'll get the Konigsberg then to maybe launch some torpedoes at them. Get these guys to kind of move away. Okay, good. Unfortunately, we have to keep them close enough that they don't go, that our support ships don't go to AI mode. That's a good launch from the Lubeck. Excellent. She's probably about to get a few more. Oh, that ship is not going to make it. Things are quickly working themselves out here, aren't they? So the one we just sunk actually got a last firing shell off, and the G12 took a bit of a hit, but probably not enough to really scare us into desperation. Okay, so let's have these guys kind of start moving around. Honestly, what we want here is the light cruisers to launch their torpedoes. So I wanted to avoid having ships on both sides, but my ships are idiots, so that didn't work out that way. Okay, well, we got 2 down. We shouldn't be too disappointed by that. If this Lubeck can hit, let's otherwise stay on Frosty. Avoid, of course, all the nastiness that can happen of torpedoes. Okay, let's see. What's going on here? We have the Niobe, who is working on this destroyer. That's a good idea. Go finish her off. My battleships, this is the 3 light cruiser group. We'll have to move on the inside. Get the destroyers. How many do you have? Do you guys still have 3 more torpedoes? Well, I guess that's not that many. So save them. And we'll get the Goben to move in as well. So Nobi's just hunting down this poor other destroyer. Yeah, that's probably going to do her in. These guys should be launching torpedoes. Let's get them to go 25, 24, so that they actually feel like launching them. Let's get everyone to slow down a little bit here. Maybe we can induce a little organization, remove a little chaos from the system. That would be nice. Okay, good. Now's the time to launch those torpedoes. There it is. That's the one. Okay, good. So let's get ready to pack up and go then. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and set everyone to AI. I would normally do this manually. I mean, not automatically, just by letting the ships go away. Once they leave our sight range, they'll automatically be on AI control, but actually, I don't want to wait. Yeah, we'll do a scout. That'd be nice. I guess we'll send our battleships by this poor destroyer. Okay, good. They're all in AI. We're all doing okay. We turned off all the other stuff. Yeah, good. So what's the closest port for us? Really far away. Just head to the south down the coast. And we're both moving 20, so that's fantastic. And I think I'll just control the battle cruiser. Okay, good. So from here on in, we'll let everyone line in. Everyone's catching up, and fantastic engagement. Very good. Another success. 2 dreadnoughts and countless destroyers at the cost of 0. No losses. The Prussian just showing her age. We'll go down to cruise mode. Okay, 16 is fine. Excuse me. Very good. Ultra fast. And we're staying in formation and everything. It's kind of nice. Okay, signals misunderstood. I don't think that's really gonna mean too much at this point. I'm so happy. It was excellent. The only thing we didn't get is the option to rescue survivors with our destroyers, but okay, but aside from that, we know that rescuing survivors doesn't really help that much. Okay, so a major victory. 160,000 points, fantastic. So we took light damage to our battlecruiser and our dreadnought, but we sunk 2 of theirs and we put light damage on their other dreadnought. Sank 7 destroyers. Wow, fantastic. Alright, let's see if there's anything else we need to know. All we need to know really is that this one has light armor, so if we can get some 14-inch penetrations, it should be not too hard to get 14-inch penetrations and send her to the bottom. All those destroyers sunk. Very good. Okay, well, let's call this episode to a close then. I think that brings everything to a close. Yes. And on the very next episode, I promise, we're going to start building some submarines with our excess funds. Thought about it, and you guys are all right for telling me I should just probably spend a little bit of money on them. Especially because we're the Germans, right? And they have such a name to upkeep with submarines. So thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next. Take care.